Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? Happy Friday. It is right at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're joining me today, we're going to be talking about making some Juneteenth items, but we're also going to be talking about outsourcing. So do me a favor as you jump on, drop your city and state. Hey, hey, over there on TikTok land. So I'm broadcasting to our YouTube, our Facebook, and TikTok. As you jump on, do me a favor, drop your city and state, like, share, and tag. My name is Eric, coming in from Columbia, South Carolina. We are the Blanks Spot. We're a sublimation blanks supplier, authorized reseller of Stahl's vinyl. We provide DTF transfers and eco solvent transfers, as well as eco solvent ink and supplies for eco tank printers. And today, guys, going to be talking about a couple of topics. So we're gonna have some conversations, right? And okay, I'll see you on YouTube. We're going to be talking about a couple of conversations, but we're going to be making some Juneteenth items. We're going to be doing a couple of more events in the upcoming weeks. Today is May the 19th, so we have a little less than right at 3 weeks to get ready for the next event. So we already know what to look forward to, and we are going to be creating some items. So I've been creating some items, tumblers, some mugs. I've also been creating some lowball tumblers, some mason jar tumblers. And I'll probably be doing some slates and some shirts as well. Okay, but the purpose of this call is to have a conversation, and I want you to be mindful of this. If you are a business owner, and you are producing some type of products for your audience, for your customers, I want you to understand that sometimes, just sometimes, outsourcing may save you some money. Outsourcing may save you some money. So I want to get into the mind of that creator, that designer, the person who just loves to do craft work. Hey, Facebook user, can't see your name because you're probably in our group, but thank you for jumping on. Tracy is on YouTube now. Also, T. That's what's going on. I appreciate it. So if you are a business owner, and I want you to think about this, there's a difference between, and it's a whole mindset shift, y'all. There's a difference between being a business owner that is in the crafting industry and being a crafter that's a business owner. Somebody's going to miss the point. Hey, Latrice, thanks for telling me who you are. There's a difference between being a crafter who has a business and a business owner that's in the crafting industry. Why do I say it like that? Because it's a whole different mindset shift. It's a whole different set of rules. We think differently. We are in an industry, my wife and I are in an industry, the Blank Spot is, that actually services people who do different creative things. Our process is sublimation. That's our main process. But we had to do a pivot. We had to do a paradigm shift because that's what happened. It shifted. So we had to do a shift. And in doing the shift, we had to understand that there's going to be a lot of things that we're not going to be able to do now. When we opened this store, guys, we did create a job. We created a job because for those of you who don't know, if you don't have enough cash flow, especially in the beginning, to actually create a business right off the bat, meaning you have employees, you have people that you can hire, you have the money to pay people, then you're going to be doing the work. And for the most part, that's what many people who decide to start a business that involves crafts do. Okay? For most people who are doing business that require you to do crafts, if that's what you're doing, most of you are creating a job. So you're going to do most of the work. And listen, if you don't have a problem with it, neither do I. However, we want to be able to order or offer certain things or different things for our customers. With that being said, It is a whole thing. It's a whole thing when we, and I'm probably going to mess this up because I shouldn't have done what I did, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going back in there, y'all. It's a whole thing where we think, don't get it twisted. We think that we have to do everything. And I'm saying we because I'm in this industry, y'all. I'm in this industry. And I'm understanding now that mindset. People actually think, and I want y'all to think about this. People actually think that if they do it themselves, that they're saving money. And in a lot of cases, that's the truth. But in this industry, in most cases, every time I have to buy a piece of equipment, that means that I have to understand that equipment. I have to learn how to maintain that equipment. I have to learn what the maintenance means on that equipment. And every time I buy some equipment, that means that I have to put a person or a body behind that equipment. When I purchase that equipment and I don't put a body behind it, then that equipment is not making me money. Would y'all agree? If that equipment is not turning on, if it's not printing something, then it's not making us money. Okay? If it's not printing something, it's not making us money. And if it's not making us money, then we are losing money. Okay? If it's not making us money, then we're losing money. So I want you to think about that the next time you go out and you buy a piece of equipment to actually provide a certain service. Okay. So I'm doing some Juneteenth designs right now. Our next event is June the 11th. It's going to be in a town called Blythewood, South Carolina. It's just north of Columbia. We're gonna be doing that event. I think it's from 11 to 4. I'm not sure, but it's an outside event. Now, why are we doing this event? We're doing this event because we still want to get our names out there. Okay, we still want to get our names out there. We still want people to recognize us and know who we are and what services we provide and what products we have. Okay, so that is why we're doing that event. We are not doing that event just so we can sell things. However, we do understand that in the process of doing this business, we are going to have to provide products to sell. All right. Didn't come out too bad. I'm gonna have to do it a little bit longer. But I got the color to transfer all the way through. Let me turn my screen around. I'm sorry. There you go. So, what I want you to think about as a creative person, as a designer, as someone who's going to be doing some type of something, right? I want you to think about this. I want you to think about when you're building your business and when you're growing your business, how is it that you are going to be able to grow? How is it that you're going to be able to have some forward progress? And what is going to be the main thing, the catalyst for your business? Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Try something else. Is that gold? So that's actually gold? That's not what we should have though, right? No, I'm saying that's actually looks like orange. Right, but that's gold to them. Okay. I got you. And you know that daisy gold, this is what that is, that daisy gold. Gotcha. It's a shade of gold, but not the actual gold. Right. Gotcha. Okay. We had a customer in here that was actually tried out one of our vinyls, and we're not going to be ordering it that shade anymore because it's not the color that we want. So, but so yeah, just think about that. Sometimes outsourcing can be much less, can cost you much less money, time, and effort than doing it yourself. So what do I mean? Let's say you are just getting started. Okay, you're just getting started in business, and you really don't have a lot of customers. Right? You really don't have a lot of customers. I'm back. We specialize. What's going on? Thanks for jumping on. You really don't have a lot of customers, but you want to grow a customer base. Somebody who's new to whatever you are doing. We talk about this all the time. We say, hey, do your research. But the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't know where to start to do research. Then that's the unfortunate part. A lot of people don't know where to start to do the research. So a lot of people end up in a lot of social media groups, listening to people, getting recommendations, suggestions, and advice from those who are doing it. But sometimes we get bad advice and bad recommendations from those people. So you wanna kind of, in my opinion, you wanna look at several different options. You want to look at several different people. And I know it can be a little time consuming, but you have to be able to validate what you hear. All right, you got to be able to validate what you hear. Is that Southern Audacity? Man, I love that. I love that name. But you got to be able to validate what you hear, and you cannot be so quick to move. Once again, outsourcing can be much cheaper, can cost you less than actually doing it yourself. Imagine somebody who's just getting started in sublimation, for example. Okay, you're just getting started in sublimation. I don't know. I think I'm not tight enough. I'm gonna give it a little bit more pressure. There you go. Let me get a little bit more pressure on here. You're just getting started in sublimation. Now, before you get started in any process, you gotta know. You gotta know what's gonna be required. You gotta know what's gonna be required to do the job. How much equipment you're gonna need, all that good stuff. So let's say somebody's just getting started in sublimation, right? The real thing you're gonna need for sublimation is a really decent heat press. Because if you're gonna be doing fabric substrates, if you're gonna be doing fabric substrates, t-shirts, or if you're gonna be doing blankets, wallets, bags, anything that's flat that can be heat pressed. Hey Ronnie, how you doing? Thanks for jumping on. Then you definitely want to get you a good heat press. Check online, check the reviews for that heat press, and you can actually start with just the heat press. Now the next thing is you have to understand this next part. This next part is where I lose a lot of people. You, in the beginning, will probably be better off. You probably will be better off connecting with someone who is going to be able to provide some very good transfers, whether it's sublimation transfers, whether it is DTF transfers, eco-solvent transfers, screen print. You're going to be better off connecting with the company that's going to provide some really great transfers, because now what happens is you probably have blown your budget. Getting started, you probably blown your budget. And if you've blown your budget, that means that you're not going to be in a position to get a sublimation printer or a DTF printer or an EcoSolvent printer or a cutter. You may not have the budget for that. So you want to definitely check your budget. But here's the thing, and this is the thing I want to impress upon you. Just because you do not control how fast that product is being made, that does not mean that you don't control your business. I think a lot of people who are in this industry, are more concerned about controlling how much they can get done versus actually understanding the importance of having a good product. And my wife will say this a lot. She said, well, you know what? That's just how crafters are. And I'm like, yeah, I get it that's how crafters are. But we're talking about business owners right now. We're not talking about crafters. We're talking about business owners. And the person that has the person who has a business that does crafts and creations versus the person who is a business owner that just be in the crafting industry, you got to think about it. It's a whole different look. Okay. Just something to think about. I don't think that's just a crafting thing. I think that's a controlling thing. I think it's a controlling thing where people who are new to business want to be able to control how fast they get their items, when they get their items, and how often they get their items. I think it's a control thing. And I think that if more people understood outsourcing, networking, and dealing with different business owners, I think that their business would see more progress. That's just my opinion. Hey, babe. So I had to press a little while longer.
Oh, okay. Got my birthday.
Yeah. I had to press a little while longer. So I think these are gonna sell just fine at our events. We also have an event coming up on June the 19th in Augusta. So we're gonna be busy for the next couple of weeks, y'all. Gonna be busy for the next couple of weeks. And I'm kind of excited about getting out there. So we decided. Thanks for tapping. Appreciate it, Ronnie. We decided, guys, that we're going to be doing some different things in our store. And of course, with different things come change, right? Comes change. One of the things that we're going to be doing differently is, well, I can't tell you. We're going to do an announcement. So if I tell you, then, I'll just mess up the announcement. But we do have some announcements coming up. We got some new additions to our business or businesses. And we definitely are networking with a lot more people. Let's see. Would you recommend pre-order when it comes to pop-up shops? Or how does that work? Well, it depends on the event. I would definitely recommend you understand what type of event you're going to be attending and what the expectations of that event is. We recently attended an event here in Columbia. My expectations were not the expectations of the event. I assumed that the event would be more of a networking event, but the event was more of a selling point. So here's a couple of things you can do. You definitely want to keep your order forms. Okay, you definitely want to keep your order forms, but it's not going to hurt to create a couple of products. And I want to share something with you real quick. So we are going to be attending multiple events. As a matter of fact, we got 2 more to do. We have 2 more events to do. And what we're doing now, because we know the upcoming events are going to be about selling, just straight up selling. Now we'll be able to market our business because we are a sublimation blanks supplier. So we're going to take sublimation blanks to the event as well. And there may be some crafters out there that want to actually buy. Some people who are doing sublimation are going to want to buy some tumblers, some other things, some t-shirts and things like that. But what we're doing is we're pre-creating a couple of things. So we're not creating a lot of these, but we're going to create enough to get somebody's attention. What we don't sell, guess what happens? This particular event, and I want y'all to think about this. This particular event is going to take place next year. Juneteenth is taking place next year. Whether it's advertised, whether it's an event or not, it's going to take place next year. So we'll be able to sell what we don't sell on the 11th and the 19th. We'll be able to sell it at another time. So it's not going to be a loss. Okay? It's not going to be a loss. We're going to still be able to sell this. This is not going to expire. So no, I wouldn't make a whole lot of items, but I would definitely make a little bit of what I do, and then make sure I have my pre-order forms. When people come to events like these, they want to buy. Straight up, no chaser. They want to buy, and they expect to buy. All right? They want to buy, and they expect to buy. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to sell? How am I going to make that happen? I don't want you to think about it in the sense, also keep your budget together. I don't want to think about it in the sense that you are doing something and it's just going to be wasting money. You're investing in your business. Okay? That's what you're doing. You're investing in your business. And even though you may not see an immediate return today, this is something that you're going to be able to use later on. So I would definitely say don't make something that can't be used later on. Okay? Don't make something that can't be used later on. That's just my opinion. Do not make something that you cannot use later on. But scared money don't make no money. That is true. That is true. But you still have to be strategic. Doesn't matter how much confidence your money has. You still have to make good business decisions. And that's the other thing about being in business. Some people are doing this for fun, and they're making money, but they're doing it for fun. Some people are wanting to create a business out of this. Those people are the ones that I'm talking to right now. Because if you're wanting to create a business out of this, you have to think differently. You cannot think, hey, well, I'm going out there and I want to sell all these things and make all this money. Well, it could be an opportunity just to network. It could be a networking opportunity, y'all. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with networking and getting your business out there. Imagine you are doing vinyl, you're doing HTV, but you want to add something to your business. And you have a lot of customers that are saying, hey, you know what? I would really love to have colored transfers, right? I really love to have colored transfers. Well, you know that in order to have colored transfers or full print transfers with vinyl, you already know that you would have to layer, right? You'd have to layer it. Do you want to layer it? It's too much time, too much work. Do you want to layer it? Or do you want to connect with somebody who's going to provide a transfer that's going to be able to do that for you? So that's what I'm talking about. Okay. As business owners, we think differently, or at least we should. Oftentimes we go into this venture of business with the mindset of, okay, hey, I'm just going to go out here and try to sell as much as I can sell and not make any connections. You know, you're not worried about anything. You're sitting down at your vendor's booth, and you're not interacting with customers. You're not interacting with your potential clients, and you know, so it can be a bad deal. All right, it can actually be a bad deal. So I don't want to digress. Outsourcing is not a bad word. Outsourcing is not a bad word. And being able to outsource to individuals is not a bad thing. We got a couple of different transfers that we're working with over here for this drinkware. So, do y'all have any events coming up? Does anybody have any events coming up? Is anybody doing anything over the next couple of weeks that they want to share? Anyone? I'm also open for questions. This is a discussion, y'all. As I press these items in preparation for. So this is not new to me. This isn't new to me. This is actually something that D used to do before. Sound like we just had a transformer go down. That's what it sounds like. We just had a transformer go down. So that's probably an overload. Let me see if I lost connection on
This
YouTube.
side is out, but this side is still on.
And internet seems to be still up. Or is it?
Oh, it's a 2-tank. Yeah, it's 2 or 4.
So we're still connected, but we just had a transformer to drop.
Yeah. Sounds like. Is the internet out?
No, the internet's still saying connected. It is still saying connected. Let's see if I can turn the light back on. That has
This
blown.
side here is out.
Yeah, my light blew too.
I'm back here, but.
Okay. So, guys, I am going to continue my broadcast, but we did have a transformer blowout just now. So, let me see. Yes, the My Crafty Business Expo. Yeah. So, well, we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you in July. We'll be seeing you in July. I'm glad you signed up for it. I just bought some tumblers that I'm pressing this weekend for the first time. Okay, congratulations. It's important, man. I'm telling you. Let me check out some other stuff. I want to see if anything else that we had blew out. Give me 1 second.
This is still working. Just won't let me put it on here.
Which one is beeping? So turn it on.
It's like it's running.
So it's not this. It's this. Unplug the little one.
Heard that the other day.
Yeah.
It wasn't that loud though.
Yeah. It was not.
Yeah, everything's on back there.
So it might be
hold on. The switch is on.
AC. Yeah, it's out because the AC's off. Yeah, guys, we lost power here on one side of the building. We got two. We actually have two. We actually have two units, two sections in here, two suites, and one of them actually went out. So the AC is out on that side.
I'm gonna get on the menu.
Yeah, find out.
See if they recorded something.
Yeah,
Well,
because
put that in there, so.
I did the circuit did trip, so I re-engaged it, but
Okay.
let me see. Yeah, we can still operate. We can still operate. We if nothing else, we have internet, but if we didn't, we still have our phones we could tether to do our POSs. Let me see. Real time business events. Stuff always happening. Yeah. This game time right here. So you gotta always have a contingency. Gotta always have a contingency. But we're talking about guys that we're talking about outsourcing, right? Outsourcing, and this is for people who really, are maybe against giving up that power, because it's about that power. It's about that power. We still got customers in here.
No.
It's about that power that a lot of people don't want to give up. Okay, a lot of people don't want to give up that power, and it is about that power. It's crazy, D. That's what it is.
What? You don't have anything over there?
I have nothing over here. Hold on. I do here. It could be.
Let me see if the big press is on. Okay, that's on.
So I think my fuse blew in my in here. So I got to go. I got to do some work right quick. So let's see. Let's see if these things are up to the test. Let's see what my fuse is. Let's see. I think my fuse is going to be right here. So I got to get some more power. So yeah, man, I mean, the thing you got to understand is a lot of people don't want to give up control. They don't want to give up control, and they think that because they're in control that they can make the best decisions. I'm just going to say this. If you're new to business, some people think that they're running a business and they're really not. I'm just going to be honest with you. But if you're new to business and you're thinking that, hey, you got all the answers, or you're just doing it and you want to do everything your way, that's probably one of the most, if not the most dangerous business owner out there. The one that wants to do it their way and doesn't want to consider that there's a possible different way. All right. Use your resources. My recommendation to you. Use your resources. Find out who is in your area. Do some research, buy some samples, and consider doing some networking so you can outsource. That's going to help your business to grow. I'll be talking about this probably for a long time. But let me go ahead and take off. I got to make sure I can go ahead and repair this right quick, and probably be back on later on. But like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Make sure you like, share, tag. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel, subscribe to be notified, hit the bell to be notified. And I will see you all at the top because there's too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.